corrupted peoples are really criminals.
Corruption starts at the head of our government system and comes right down.
You know, the governance part, that's where most of the problem lies within the country, you know.
You're corrupted in such a way that you can't say nothing. If you say something, you're going to get what you don't get. Frankly speaking, that's a truth.
We know everybody corrupt. Jamaica corrupt.
And the whole of them corrupt. The whole of them corrupt.
You know, and who is one of the main reasons for corruption.
I think it is necessary, but I think the resources that are put into it are overwhelming.
Overwhelming in what sense? Because most of the time it's personal resources. Because
who knows that?
Knows what?
Who knows that the resources that are being put into campaigns are personal resources?
I would say, I mean, as members of the general public, especially, and just like other Jamaicans, we are affected, you know, by what happens in government. And so when it comes on to like corruption and the bureaucracy, even for example, trying to get a meeting with, you know, a department or with a minister, sometimes it, you know, takes some time, and just kind of looking at that and, you know, using that, you know, small system, you know, as an example, you can just imagine how other things within a ministry move slowly and how that can facilitate corruption.
The main reason for a political party, it just gives the persons, the people, the citizens of Jamaica choices. It's as simple as that. You have two major political parties. It gives us choices. However, the institution itself, you have the JLP and you have the PNP. I think the institution itself should just focus more on the people of Jamaica. Right? Because at the end of the day, there is a whole lot of excitement when it comes on to our enthusiasm, when it comes on to campaigning, election, local government, all of that, right? There's a whole lot of enthusiasm from the government, from the opposition. Everybody is elated, everybody is active, right? However, as I said, there are programs that are being run, but I don't think everybody is putting a foot into the programs that are giving contribution itself into the program. Because if the JLP decides that they are going to run a program here for the youths, what does the PNP, what do they say about it? Other than they would give feed about, oh, funds.
You have to find a way to lock up people who are involved in corruption, both at the government end and at the private sector end. And the only way to do that is to give prosecutorial powers to an anti-corruption agency.
You can't point on a leader, you know, because you're going to say it's liable, you're going to get charged for libel. If you point on him and say, you used to give me a gun, you're going to say, you have any evidence of that? You can't prove it. So right away you're going to prison. You see who are going to prison are the victim of the prison.
Some corruption conspiracy, it's always about that, right? Both parties aren't focusing together to build a better Jamaica, and that is the major problem.
We don't have data as it relates to the number of LGBT people who vote. But what I can tell you is that from our 2019 needs assessment, among 301 LGBT people, many of them indicated that they have a distrust of the political system, and they do view it as corrupt.
In the political process or not?
Well, based on my point of view, here in the inner city, nothing stops persons from voting, really. Majority of persons will still come out on election day and cast their vote, regardless of what happened a couple years ago or any reallocation of funds. It doesn't matter. On election day, persons are out voting. This is the inner city. That is just the reality of what we're seeing.
Needs assessment. Among 301 LGBT people, many of them indicated that they have a distrust of the political system, and they do view it as corrupt. So just, taking from that, you can imagine that just like other Jamaicans, many LGBT people may not necessarily be willing to go out and vote. I would have had 2 opportunities to vote, but I didn't vote, not necessarily because I didn't want to, but because of work obligations. But if I was able to, I would.
No, I don't vote.
Why don't you vote?
Not seeing the necessity of it. I've been in situations where I've spoken to councillors directly who have promised, jobs for the youths in the community, some structural changes in the community, and up to this date it is still undone. Up to this date it is still undone. Just promises.
What will it take? What will it take for any of the political parties to get your vote?
At this present time, stop throwing the blame. It is as simple as that. Stop throwing the blame on the other party. Stop throwing the blame on the inner city. I'm a part of the inner city and I can speak directly for the inner city. If poverty is fixed, a lot of things will change. Yeah, that's it. If poverty is fixed, and it is not just simple poverty, but just giving the youth hope. It is as simple as that. If you give somebody, a person, something better to look forward to, then you have them support. And I'm all for the youth of the community, and that is what will change my view. To get my vote, you have to do something for the youth. It's as simple as that.
At the moment, I guess I can say that I don't have a voter's ID for the area that I live in. It's something that I've wanted to do, but I guess it's not necessarily a priority. But I guess much needs to be done to kind of improve to encourage more involvement in the political system when it comes on to voting.
Why isn't it a priority for you?
I guess, and this is not necessarily what I believe, in terms of my view on how voting should work. But right now, based on the numbers, my vote won't make a difference. I mean, so where I'm from Manchester, and my constituency is Northwest Manchester, represented by Michael Phillips. If I don't vote, there's no way Michael is gonna lose, because that's just the constituency. Just like here, there's no way Delroy Chuck is gonna lose in this constituency. And so I guess that's why it's not necessarily a priority now. But what I do want to see happen is actually more participation in the electoral system, because I believe that it's kind of through the participation of more people that will actually be able to effect change.